Sade's guilt gnawed at her every day. It wasn't just the fear of getting caught, but the feeling that what they were doing was wrong. She loved her mother and didn't want to hurt her, but at the same time, her feelings for Emeka had grown deeper. Their secret meetings had become a lifeline for her, and every time she was with him, she felt alive. One night, after another hidden rendezvous with Emeka, Sade sat in her room staring at the ceiling, her thoughts swelling. She didn't want to continue living like this, hiding, lying, pretending. But how could they possibly come out with the truth? Their families were now bound by marriage, and revealing their relationship would shatter everything. Emeka had once suggested leaving Lagos, starting a new life afar from their families. But was running away really the answer? The next morning, as Sade was getting ready for her lectures, she received a message from Ada. It was short and chilling. "We need to talk. Meet me at the cafe by 3 p.m. Sade's heart dropped. Ada had kept quiet about their relationship for weeks, but now she was reaching out. The anxiety gnawed at her all day, and by the time she arrived at the cafe, she was on edge. Ada sat at a table in the corner, her expression unreadable. Sade approached slowly, unsure of what to expect. "We need to stop pretending, Sade," Ada said, skipping pleasantries. "I know you and Emeka are still seeing each other." Sade's heart pounded in her heart. "Ada, please. I'm not here to cause trouble," Ada interrupted. "But you need to be honest with yourselves. The secret you are keeping is going to blow up in your faces eventually. And when it comes out, everyone is going to get hurt." Sade stared at her, feeling cornered. "What do you want me to do?" Ada leaned in, her voice low. "You either tell our parents or I will." Sade left the cafe in a daze. The ultimatum Ada had given her was heavy. She had a few days to make a decision. To tell the truth, or risk everything, or stay quiet and hope Ada wouldn't follow through on her threats. Later that evening, she met Emeka at their usual spot, a secluded corner of a park near his house. She told him about Ada's strife, and Emeka's face darkened with concern. "We knew this couldn't stay hidden forever," he said, pacing back and forth. "Maybe it's time we come clean." Sade shook her head, fear bubbling up in her chest. "What if they didn't accept us, Emeka? What if it destroys everything?" Emeka stopped and looked at her, his expression serious. "I don't want to keep hiding anymore, Sade. I love you, and I'm willing to face whatever comes, as long as we're together." Sade felt her heart skip a beat at his words. She loved him too, more than she had ever imagined possible. But the weight of their circumstances hung over them like a dark cloud. "Okay," she whispered, barely able to believe what she was saying. "We will tell them." The next weekend, Sade and Emeka decided it was time to reveal their relationship. They invited their parents, Chief Obinna and Mommy Fumi, over for a private dinner. The tension in the room was palpable as they all sat down, oblivious to what was about to unfold. Sade's hands trembled as she exchanged a glance with Emeka. He gave her a small nod of encouragement. "Mom, Chief Obinna," Sade began, her voice shaking. "There is something we need to tell you." Her mother looked at her with concern. "What is it, Sade? You look nervous." Sade hesitated, but Emeka took over. "We've been seeing each other for a while now. Romantically." The silence that followed was deafening. Chief Obinna's face hardened, and Mommy Fumi looked as though the ground had shifted beneath her. What do you mean by romantically? Chief Obinna's voice was stern, disbelieving. Sade's heart pounded as she struggled to find the right words. We are in love. The reaction was immediate. Her mother gasped, standing up from her chair. Sade, how could you do this? How could you even think about something like this? You are family now. Chief Obinna was fuming, glaring at Emeka. This is unacceptable. Your brother and sister now. What will people say? How can you do this to us? The aftermath of their revelation was nothing short of disastrous. Mommy Fumi was devastated, and Chief Obinna refused to speak to Emeka for days. Sade's mother kept insisting that this was wrong, that they were now family and couldn't possibly pursue a relationship. The families barely spoke to each other, and the house became a Cold War zone. Sade was heartbroken. She had hopes that maybe, just maybe, their parents would understand. But now it seemed like their love had torn both families apart. Emeka, however, refused to give up. I won't let them tear us apart, he told her one evening as they sat in his car, parked near the beach. We will figure this out. We just need to give them time. But Sade wasn't sure. The guilt was overwhelming, and seeing the pain they had caused their families made her doubt if they could ever truly be together. As the weeks passed, the tension between the two families showed no sign of easing. Mommy Fumi and Chief Obinna had barely spoken to each other since the revelation, and Sade felt like a stranger in her own home. One night, after a particularly heated argument between Emeka and his father, Emeka came to Sade with a new plan. We can leave, Sade, he said, his eyes filled with determination. We can move away, start afresh somewhere else, where no one knows us. We don't need their approval. We can live our lives the way we want. Sade was taken aback by the intensity of his proposal. Leave? But what about our families? What about my mom? Emeka's expression softened. I know it is hard, but they will come around eventually. They will have no choice but to accept us. But we can't keep living like this, hiding and feeling guilty for something we can't control. The idea of leaving Lagos, of starting a new life, far away from the judgment and disapproval, was tempting. But could she really leave everything behind? Sade wrestled with Emeka's proposal for days. She loved him dearly, but the thought of leaving her mother and the life she had known filled her with fear. She couldn't imagine abandoning her family, even for the sake of love. One afternoon, she sat down with her mother to talk. Mommy Fumi had been distant ever since the revelation, but Sade needed her to understand. Mom, I love Emeka, Sade said, her voice breaking. I know it is hard for you to accept, but we can't help how we feel. Her mother looked at her with tears in her eyes. Sade, I raised you better than this. You are putting us all in an impossible situation. You and Emeka are supposed to be siblings now. How do you think people will react if they find out? I don't care about what people think, Sade said, her voice firm. I care about what makes me happy, and Emeka makes me happy. Mommy Fumi shook her head, her disappointment evident. You're tearing this family apart, Sade. I don't know if I can ever forgive you for this. Sade's heart broke at her mother's words. The weight of her decision felt heavier than ever. The tension between the families finally reached its breaking point when Chief Obinna confronted Emeka in front of everyone during a family gathering. This has gone on long enough, Emeka, Chief Obinna said, his voice cold. "You are my son, and I won't allow you to disgrace this family any longer." Emeka stood his ground, refusing to back down. "I am not disgracing anyone. I'm in love with Sade, and nothing you say is going to change that." Chief Obinna's face turned red with anger. "If you continue down this path, you will lose everything. I will cut you off, Emeka. No more support, no more family. Is that what you want?" Sade watched in horror as Emeka's jaw tightened. She knew this was it, the final moment where everything would change. "If that's what it takes," Emeka said quietly, "then yes." After the confrontation, Emeka made a decision. He packed his bags and moved out of his father's house, cutting ties with his family for the time being. It was a bold move, and one that left Sade feeling both terrified and exhilarated. Emeka asked Sade to come with him, but she insisted. Her love for him was strong, but the thought of leaving her family behind filled her with fear. "I need time," she told him, her voice shaking. After Emeka moved out, Sade was left alone to face the aftermath of his decision. Her mother refused to speak to her for days, and the tension in the house was suffocating. She felt trapped between two worlds, her love for Emeka and her loyalty to her family. One night, as she lay in bed, Sade's phone buzzed. It was a message from Emeka. "I miss you. I am waiting for you whenever you are ready." Sade's heart ached. She missed him too, but the pressure from her family weighed heavily on her. She wasn't ready to leave yet. She wasn't ready to make the final break. The next day, Mommy Fumi finally sat down with her in the living room. The air was thick with unspoken words, but her mother's face was softer than it had been in weeks. "Sade," Mommy Fumi began, her voice heavy with emotion. "I know you love him, but you have to understand what this is doing to our family." Sade swallowed hard, her throat tight. "Mom, I don't want to hurt you, but I love him. I've never felt like this before." Her mother sighed, looking defeated. "Love isn't always enough, Sade. Sometimes the cost is too high." Sade didn't know how to respond. She knew her mother was speaking from experience, but she couldn't shake the feeling that if she let Emeka go, she would regret it for the rest of her life.